All right, Happy New Year. Let's do this. I'm Maeve. We're gonna start in child's pose. I'm gonna use a couple of blocks under my arms, or under my hands, I should say. Technically my hands, not my arms. And I'm just getting a little bit more action in the arms. So I'm not soft here, I'm a little bit more engaged, almost like I'm building the strength of down dog in the arms while in child's pose. So there's a pressure of my hands downward into the blocks, and of course you can do this on the floor just as well, but this is kind of forcing it because my elbows are up and I don't get to rest. So with or without is your choice, knees as wide or as narrow as you like. And start to stretch the tops of your ears toward your thumbs. Reaching the crown of the head to the space between the blocks, or your hands if you're not using blocks. And then rising up, bringing your elbows onto the blocks or onto the floor, either one is fine, and dropping the heart through and lifting the hands up. So for me, my back is a little bit more on the bendy side, so when I collapse here, I'm going to draw my belly up and my front ribs up a little bit so that I'm getting more of a shoulder engagement than I am just a collapse here and a stretch and a passive position. I'm looking to be fully engaged, fully connected to the strength around my spine, around my shoulders. If you're in a tighter body, it might feel nice to take a little bit more of a softer approach and allow yourself that stretch. But I do like a little bit of awareness the whole time so that you're not just completely passive, especially when you're kind of pushing on your shoulders like this. And then press to rise up. Oh, bring your hands onto the blocks and then right foot forward. Good, Anjaneyasana. This is my first yoga practice where I'm not just teaching class, but actually doing the class or actually practicing in a little bit. I'm very happy about it. In Anjaneyasana, back foot pressing down. I don't care if the toes are tucked or straight. And front knee bending generously, but also pushing that front foot down. Release your hands down. If you want to keep the back knee down, you are welcome to. I'm going to pop my blocks up a little higher, tuck my back toes, and then lift my back leg up. So I'm going to let you have the option of Ardha Hanumanasana or this lovely little pyramid right here. You can have the back heel up or down if you're in pyramid. I like it up to start, but for me, not for you. I like it up for me. When I say that, I mean that's what I like in this moment. I always am a believer in you finding what you like. Now, back heel is rooting down to the center of the mat. Front knee is bending. Nice and easy, Parshva Konasana. So, it's not an easy pose. So, how do you make it feel easy? Like for me, having a block up here, that feels, it lends me more to ease than work. Maybe having your arm on your thigh gives you that effect. And it's not to say that this is without work. That would be ridiculous to say that. But leaning more in the direction of ease than the hardest version of this pose you've ever taken. Straighten your front leg, reach up and back. Nice big expansion on this right side. And then hands come around. And then knee down. And just step it back. And then left foot forward. So nothing fancy there. Just literally switching sides. All right, Anjaneyasana. Engagement on this right hip. Catching. I'm just going to move my blocks a little so you can have a clearer view of my legs. Catching with the front foot, but generously bending this front knee. Arms up if it's good. Use your back foot a lot. So I'm pushing my foot down. My toenails are pressing down because I have my toes pointed. But you can have them tucked if you prefer. Beautiful. Yeah. Releasing the hands down. Straighten the front leg. You decide if you want to keep the back knee down or if you want to lift it up. Totally up to you. I cannot stress enough that there's not one way to be in this practice. There's not one way to approach any given pose, or that you have to do a single pose. So I just want to remind you, like, when I'm giving you these options, it's not to make this more confusing or more challenging. It's truly to allow you to cultivate your own choices, your best practice, which will stick with you, so that if you ever need to practice on your own, even though I have 1,000 videos for you to take, but if you ever do need to, you don't have Wi-Fi or you're in the middle of nowhere, but you happen to have a little space, you'll know what to do. You know what to do anyway, you just don't know if you know. Until you know. Then you know. Back heel roots down. Front knee bends. And side angle. One of my early teachers, Shiva Ray, I'll give you credit, Shiva. She would always give us like time during, these were like 90-minute classes, by the way. She would give us time, well, also in training, but in her actual class, she'd be like, all right, 10 minutes, just do whatever you want. And I remember just feeling almost crippled, like, I need you to tell me what to do. You're my teacher, I don't know what to do. What if I do something that's not right? Or I don't even know what the thoughts were, but just like, I don't want to think, I want you to tell me what to do. And it was such a gift to be forced to do that. Good, come up and back. Because we know what to do. Straighten the front leg, reverse this back. We just don't know we know what to do. Maybe we don't have the names to put on it, or we don't know how we should sequence the postures. Who cares? If you just get in your body and you start moving, it comes to you. A lot of people ask me, like, how do you come up with your sequencing? Usually it's based on what feels good on my body. I've either done it in my own practice first, or done it with you. Kind of, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I make it up on the fly. I usually have an idea of what I wanna do, but it's based on what feels good. Now with that said, what feels good on me might not feel good on you. Come around. This time plank. Breath in to your belly, exhale. Good. Okay. Being that it's the new year, I think today I'm gonna give you more instruction instead of less. In case someone's watching this back and they're like, I'm going to start doing yoga, and then I'm just going through and saying names and not giving you all the wonderful cues that are available. Bhujangasana, cobra. Thumbs gently pulled toward your rib cage. Spiral the hands a little bit open, so it's like you're turning your pinkies open and your thumbs are pulling in. But your hands are rooted down, so they're not actually moving. That's just energetically, Jordan. And then draw your heart forward and push your feet down and make your legs really strong. And then curl the heart forward. Now upper back is working like crazy. My hands are supporting, but they're not creating this movement. They are a supporter, a buddy. Down dog, exhale. Beautiful. Walk your hands back to your feet. And Malasana. Take your feet as wide as you need them to be in order to get comfy here. Your heels might be down, they might not be down, ever. Okay. You like this? Look, I'm going in my cabinet here. That's not high production yoga right there. Taking a moment to wipe my nose. Really nice. Reach the arms forward. Press. Rise up. Turn your toes forward. Utthita Hastasana, rising through your spine. Yeah, beautiful. Feel your feet pressing down. Amazing. Notice your mind in this moment. I'm going to bet like 99% accuracy. We all wandered. Our brains all wandered. Because we're just standing here, right? Come back to your body. Come into your feet. Notice your ankles, your calves, your shins, your knees, your quadriceps. Position of your pelvis, and can you level it a little more? When you do that, notice if the glutes kind of kick in a little bit more. Position of the rib cage. Are you arching the back? There's nothing wrong with it if you are, but maybe just in this moment we'll just hold neutral. The extension of the arms. The shoulders are very fine lifting up. You do not need to press them down. Let them go with the arms. They're meant to do that. Make your fingers a little longer. Reach the top of your head toward your fingers. Reach the top of your ears toward the palms of your hands. Breath in, and then exhale. Release forward. So in those basic moments, inhale, lengthen, walking out to plank with your exhale. In those basic moments, can we stay present? Breath in, chaturanga or the floor. Now up dog or cobra. Main points of difference in up dog to cobra. Thighs are floating, legs are floating, tops of the feet are pressing down, arms are straight in up dog. This is more of a stretch, cobra is more of a strengthener, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg back. Open the hips if it's nice, bend the knee if it's nice. And then right foot steps forward. Left foot steps forward. Halfway inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise up, right knee lifts up. Right knee steps back, or right foot steps back. That would be pretty impressive if your knee stepped back. Your foot steps back. Breath in crescent. Exhale, hands down. Plank, inhale. Chaturanga or the floor. Up dog or cobra. Down dog, exhale. Left leg back, inhale. If it's nice, open the hips and bend the knee. Step your left foot forward. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale and bow. Inhale, rise. Left knee lifts up. So feeling Utthita Hastasana here. Feeling that nice extension. The only thing that we've changed is we just lifted that knee up. Step your left foot back. Crescent, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Plank, inhale. Chaturanga or the floor. Inhale, curl up. Down dog, exhale. Lift your heels, inhale. Bend your knees, look at your hands, feet to hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Now, maybe add a little back bend here. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway. Inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, rise. Down dog, exhale. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, rise. Down dog, exhale. Heels up, inhale. Bend your knees, feet to hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Open, open, open. Exhale, bow. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga Vinyasa, or your path back into down dog. Beautiful. Right leg back, inhale. Open the hips, bend the knee if it's nice. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right foot forward. Step forward. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Right knee lifts, rise up. This time, half moon. Stay on this left leg. Block if you like. Good. Okay, now there's things that happen in half moon that are not the end of the world, but we're about refining, right? It's a practice, so get out of your ego. If you fall over, you fall over. So look down at your left foot, and for many of us, we start to turn this left foot to the right as a way to keep our balance. See if you can keep your toes, your foot, facing straight ahead. Use your left hand to help catch. Press into the big toe of that left foot, the base of the big toe, and then feel the arch of that left foot lifting all the way up that inner thigh. And then your left hip works to hold you here. And then your right hip is holding this leg up and lifting it up. And then work to straighten both legs as much as you can. Option, take that right hand on top. And then go straight up with the hand. Don't take it back behind you and trick yourself into thinking you're open more than you are. Stay here. And then look down at your foot, check it. Did it shift? Yes, so good. And then bend your standing leg, lean forward. Look at the back of your mat, spot your right foot back. And then Skandasana to the back of your mat. Beautiful. As deep or as high as this needs to be, use your hands on the floor if you need it. Sorry for my sniffs. I'm getting over a sinus infection. It's awesome, right? Thank you, modern medicine. Good, turn to the back of your mat. Come on to the pinky side of your left foot. Sweep this right leg around. Wild thing or side plank. And then come back around, right hand down, pivot to the inside of your left foot, right leg extends out, fallen triangle. Yes, so good. And then with care, sink your hips down. Bring this right foot in. Left hand reaches toward your left foot. It might not get there, it's okay. And Parivrtta Janu Shirshasana. Arm can come up overhead, the right arm, but it doesn't have to. Inhale, rise up. Good. Keep your right leg where it is. You're gonna pick up your left leg like a half happy baby. And you can kind of slide this foot around a little bit more. You're gonna start to square yourself in the direction. Sorry, I said half happy baby and I had my legs straight, but here. We're gonna start to square ourselves to the front of the mat. We're all gonna find our own transition here, but I'm gonna give you an option. Right hand comes to your left foot. Left shoulder works inside of your knee. You rock forward. You extend that left leg. Right leg goes back, and then chaturanga. Yes! How fun was that? Up dog and down dog. Don't you like my leading questions? How fun was that? Like you don't even have the option of saying it wasn't fun. Left leg back, inhale. If it's nice, open the hips, bend the knee with purpose, pull the foot toward your hips. Inhale up. Exhale, step your foot forward. Inhale, step to the top of the mat. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, left knee lifts up, rise up. Ardha Chandrasana. Okay, look at your right foot. Did it shift? See if you can keep it straight ahead. You can play with where your block goes, or you don't even have to use a block. And then bottom hip supports you up. So like you're in a really deep external rotation on this right hip. Own it. And then if you feel like your left leg is falling down, it probably is, use that left hip to hold up. Your hip is extending your leg back, but without taking it back behind you. And then maybe the arms stack, the shoulders stack. Bend your standing leg. Look toward the back of your mat. Spot this left foot to the back. Skandasana. Turn to the back of your mat. Pivot all the way onto the pinky side of your right foot. Vashisthasana, side plank, or wild thing. Yes. Come back around, left hand down. Left leg extends. You put the pinky side of the foot down. Your inner right foot is down. Fallen triangle. With lots of care, lower the hips. Left foot comes in. Padavrita, Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, rise up. Where'd your mind go there? Pick up your right leg. By the way, I'm not that enlightened, right? Like my mind wanders too, and that's why I pointed out. It's like if I'm in the middle of practice with you and I notice my mind just wandered, I'm like, maybe I'm not alone. You might be enlightened, and you don't need my reminders, but I'm gonna do it anyway. All right, here comes our super fun transition. Left hand comes across, get this shoulder inside of the knee. You get to use this left this left shin down, the left knee down, so it kind of gives you help. You'll figure it out if this doesn't work for you. You rock forward. Look, I'm in Vinyasa too. And there I am. And then we'll make our way back to down dog. In down dog, you can play with the energy in your hands. So depending on what's going on in your shoulders, it feels different on everyone. I like that same sort of action energy that I have in Cobra, where I'm kind of spiraling, my pinkies open and my thumbs kind of pull in toward each other. And that gives me a little bit more external rotation in my shoulders, which feels nicer. Some people feel better with a little bit of subtle internal rotation. You can try that energy shift. You can kind of turn the thumbs inward a little more, either energetically or physically, but play with that. We're looking for a state of equal energy, ease and effort balanced. Inhale, right leg back. Open the hips if it's nice, bend the knee. Re-extend the legs, step the right foot forward. Step to the top of the mat, inhale. Lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise up, right knee lifts up. Half moon on this left leg. Option for Ardha Chandra Chapasana, bending the top leg, finding the foot and then opening. Notice that standing leg, that standing foot. If you have the foot, heel pulls toward your booty. Release the legs. Spot your right foot to the back of the mat. Skandasana. Yeah. Turn to the back of the mat. Wild thing or side plank on the left hand, left foot. Come around, right hand comes down, right leg kicks across. Maybe take this right foot with your left hand and start to kick the leg. Good. And then slowly lower down. That wasn't nearly as slick as I was hoping. Right foot comes in. We're gonna have to practice that one more time. Up and over. Oh, I love this pose. Rise up. Left leg is gonna come up. We got that super fun transition. Make your way back to down dog. Awesome work. Left leg back, inhale. With purpose, open the hips, bend the knee. Extend. Step the left foot forward. Right foot steps forward. Halfway, inhale. Fold. Inhale, rise. Left knee lifts. Ardha Chandra Chapasana. Standing knee bends. Spot the back of your mat. Skandasana. Turn to the back. Wild thing or side plank. Fallen triangle. Bring the left hand around. Maybe take this left foot with the right hand. Kick. Bring it in. Woo. Revolve head to knee. Rise up. Vinyasa 2. Make your way to down dog. Really, really nice. Smooth out your breath. Well done. Forearms come down. Dolphin. You can bring your hands together if you like. You can have your hands apart. We'll have a few rounds here, so start where you feel most stable. most ease.
Sometimes it's hell, sometimes it's heaven.
Push the floor away with the arms. Drop the heels down, maybe walk the feet in a little closer. Hips high. Bend your knees. Walk your hands back toward your feet. Malasana or Bakasana.
Sometimes it's tragic, it's so problematic. People are crying for it, people are dying.
Feet down. Dolphin. Forearms down. You can play with the distance of your feet from your elbows. You can play with the position of the arms, the hands. The one thing I would encourage you to do is attempt to have your elbows at shoulders distance. When they start getting wider, it's hard if your shoulders are tight. I know this. But when they start getting wider, it's like you're barely able to get your head up and you just feel like you're fighting the fight, right? So bring them in a little closer if you can, if it's there for you, which is easier if you bring your hands together. Good. And then walk your hands back to your feet again. Malasana or Bakasana. In Bakasana, there's that energy in the hands like we have in Cobra, and the arms are chaturanga, which we didn't actually talk about. Good, come back down, walk out to down dog. So we're going to spend a second on chaturanga because it's good. It's important. Bring your knees down to the ground. We'll have some ops to practice it. So chaturanga, if you have a block or a couple blocks, this is a nice way to practice it. You put them on the medium height, which is plenty high for most people. If you're super tall, maybe on the high height. And then block right under the, right under the chest, and then a block across the hips. This is chaturanga. Look how good my form is. My goodness. It's really easy when you're on blocks to have good form, although it's a little less comfortable in some ways. Okay, so just like in Cobra, thumbs pull in, pinkies spiral out, elbows hug toward the body. They don't need to be clamped into the sides. I actually prefer them a little bit off the body so you're activating the lats. You're not resting your torso into your elbows. Now fire up your legs like crazy. Push your toes down. Make your ankles strong. Quadriceps engaged, glutes engaged. Gaze is a little forward. Shoulders are broad. Good. Now see if you can just hover up and downward facing dog. Good. So it's just that simple, right? It's not simple, I am aware. But try not to overcomplicate it. The other way to be in chaturanga is use your knees. It's a great modification. But the key things here, strong hands, strong feet, and then everything in between has to be actionable. From down dog, lift your heels high, inhale. Bend your knees, look at your hands, bring your feet to your hands. Halfway inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Chair, inhale. And then right knee rises up, but you're gonna go wide with the leg. So I'm actually gonna turn toward you so that you can kind of see. Good. Yes. Yes. You're gonna reach down for your heel. And that might not work. You're gonna attempt it. You can use a strap here if you need to. Keeping the heel for as long as you can. You're gonna reach, push the foot away. You do not have to straighten your leg. Yes. Really nice. Really nice. Cross your ankle to your thigh and then sink back. Rise up. Forward fold. Simple, simple. She'll stay here. Chair, inhale. Left knee up and wide. Reach down. And then start to push away. So you can be like this half happy baby that we did on the ground, right? Maybe you extend the leg out. So good. And cross your ankle above the knee. And then hips go back. Chest stays high. Yeah. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale halfway. Chaturanga. Inhale, rise. Down dog, exhale. Right foot steps forward. Crescent. Release your hands down. Straighten your front leg any amount. Bend your front knee, back heel roots, side angle. Maybe a little deeper version this time. Maybe wrapping or half wrapping here. If you have the wrap, keep it. I've got a really loose wrap. I've literally just got my fingertips. It doesn't have to be like hand to wrist. Like, get that out of your head. I've got a very loose wrap here. I'm gonna step my left foot forward and just bow over. Good. And then I'm gonna stand on my left leg. Tree pose is your alternative. I'm gonna actually turn on an angle. So standing on the left foot, right leg lifts up, tree pose, or bird of paradise. Or you can repeat what we just did, where you come into like that half happy baby and then start to push the leg out. It's exactly what we just did, just without the wrap. Yeah. Good. Come back down. Open up half moon on the right leg. Chapasana if you'd like. Skandasana, back of the mat. Wild thing, back of the mat, or Vashisthasana. We're going through the same sequence one more time. And then come around. Left hand down, fall in triangle, or consider taking the foot, similar shape to bird of paradise. Carefully lower down, revolved, head to knee. Rise up. Right leg lifts, shoulder inside. Make your way back, down dog. Awesome. Left foot steps forward. Crescent, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Front leg straightens any amount. back heel roots down, front knee bends, side angle, maybe a half wrap, maybe a full wrap. So good. And I've got a loose grip here. I'm not like squishing my wrist. I just have fingertips, but it's solid. Like it's solid. I'm gonna step my right foot to the top of the mat. Just an easy forward fold. So you don't have to practice Bird of Paradise, because you can practice Bird of Paradise by practicing other poses. So if you want to repeat that sort of rise up into half happy baby, go for it. Or if you want to do tree pose here, you'll do tree pose. I'm going to turn toward you for a moment. And if you'd like Bird of Paradise, we stand on the right leg. Get tall. Think Utthita Hastasana. And then extend the leg. Yeah. So good. Beautiful. And then carefully back down. We're going to stand on the left leg. And half moon. Back of the mat, Skandasana. Yeah. And then turn. Wild thing or side plank. Fallen triangle. Right hand, left foot, or extend. Carefully lowering down. Revolved head to knee. Rise up. Left leg comes up. Shift forward. Chaturanga. Rise. And then child's pose. Take it back. Yes. And then just let your breath smooth out. Feel how you feel. Notice your thoughts. And then you're going to decide kind of what you need next. I am going to use the wall and a block, and I'm going to work on Scorpion, which is a back bend. And it's an inversion. And I'm going to do it with my forearms down. If you would like to take bridge pose or a bow, a few rounds of those, or if you just want to work on Dolphin, or I want to also tell you, you don't have to do every category of pose in every class. And by the by, we've done a bunch of back bends in case you think we haven't. Just because we haven't done a bridge or a bow or camel doesn't mean that we haven't done a lot. We certainly have. So it comes to the point in class where you have to figure out, like, what do I really need now? So if you're like, no, I need a bow or I need a bridge, that's what you're going to do. If you need a more quiet, restorative inversion, maybe legs up the wall. Again, I'm going to go into Scorpion. And I will talk you through what I'm doing. Tune me out if you're not going to do it with me. I don't care, it's fine. I like to use the wall because I like to have the sensation of using my feet against the wall to guide me into the back bend. So if you think of a scorpion, they're trying to bring that tail toward the head, tail being your feet, not your actual tail. I'm gonna go this way so you can see. And sometimes I go a little too deep into this pose and then I don't feel great when I come out of it. So I'm gonna lend toward the lesser, not as deep version, just so that I feel really good when I come out. I'm gonna hold my block like this because I think it makes me more stable. I know it makes me more stable. I start in Dolphin and then up into Pincha. I find the wall, I'm going to use my toes against the wall and then pull my heart through. So I actually have like a nice little ledge here that I'm kind of using. But you don't need to have that. And then to come out, push off, and come down. And then if you want to try it a second time, or if there's something else that you're working on, go for it. And I look toward my hands. My sinuses are not a huge fan of that. I'm going to come out. And I'm going to take a child's pose. And then wherever you are, if there's something that you need to finish that, you'll do the same. When you're ready, come onto your backs. And reclined Gomakasana. So I'm going to go right off my mat, aren't I? I like going right leg up, like really up. Left knee comes behind, and then support wherever it feels good. This may not suit you at all. Ankle to knee is a wonderful alternative. It's not the same by any stretch, but it's a nice alternative because it's kind of the same setup, just a different shape. And then we'll switch sides. If you're with me, bring that left leg way, way up, bring it across. Right knee comes behind. I think this is a really beautiful evolution of a pose when you're in it, where like, I'll use this as an example. Like when I just first came in, it was like, oh, my left hip, hello. And then it's like, my hip is like, yeah, that's a bit of a stretch. But you know what? It feels good. So I'm going to relax a little bit. And you're breathing, so you're telling me I'm okay. And then before I know it, I'm just here, and it feels lovely. And it might never feel lovely, and it's okay if it doesn't. But I do think in each pose, there's like that first, here we are. And then how do we adapt in it? Maybe we shift something. Maybe we just need to breathe for a moment. Maybe it feels amazing right from the get out. I don't know. It's different for everybody, but I do think there's an evolution. Because then once you get in, you're like, okay, now I'm here. And then if you're feeling pretty good, that's the time when your brain wants to go somewhere. Because you're like, oh, I got this. All right, now let me think about what I have to do after class. And that dust bunny over there on the other side of the room. That Nerf dart that's still under the stove in the kitchen. It's been there for like 2 months. Unravel. Hug your knees wide. Rock a little side to side. If you feel like you need a twist, go for it. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't always feel like I need a twist at the end of my practice. Sometimes I really do. Like I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get into that position. Today, I don't really feel like I need it. What I do need is a little happy baby, so I'm going to go there. But in these last few moments, you're going to do what you need to do. And then slowly And whatever sequence feels right, you'll make your way into either Shavasana, a comfortable seated position for you to just finish quietly there, or if there's some other way that feels like the best idea for you to set up in any physical positions, you'll do that. And then eyes soften, breath softens, body softens, mind follows with any luck. Stay as long as you want. If you're ready to come out, reach the arms overhead. Bend your knees, roll to your side gently. From your side, rise to sitting. And bring your hands into your heart in prayer. Bow your mind to your heart. Honor yourself right now, in this moment, for your practice, for this time you spend with yourself. And if there's some intention you want to place upon your practice for the coming year, this is a really nice time to do it. Inhale, rise. Gently open your eyes. Thank you for your practice.